Hi, I'm STS-131 Mission Specialist Number 2, Dottie Metcalf-Lindenberger, and you're watching NASA TV.
Good morning, Discovery, and a special good morning to Dottie.
Good morning, Megan, and good morning to all of Houston. I look forward to working with all of you guys today on EVA-1. And a special good morning to my husband, who is so supportive, Jason, and to my wonderful daughter, Cambria. I wished upon a star, and I woke up where the clouds are far behind me, and I wanted to say thanks to all who've helped me along the way.
Thanks, Dottie. Those are great words. We'll pass the message.
Flight Engineer Tracy Caldwell-Dyson and Pilot Jim Dutton looking through the hatch into the crew lock portion of the Quest airlock, where the spacewalkers are getting ready to open the hatch out to the vacuum of space.
Gentlemen, the weather's beautiful outside. It's a great day for an EVA. We're complete with the crew lock deep. Hatch is open. Okay, I'm going to hand you over to Dottie for the post press. Have a great time, guys.
Thank you, Jim. Good job.
Rick and Clay, this is Dottie. How do you hear me?
Dottie, loud and clear. Loud and clear, Dot.
Awesome.
Mission Specialist Dottie Metcalf-Lindenberger is walking Anderson and Mastracchio through the steps before they head outside of the airlock. She'll be working as today's intravehicular officer, choreographing the spacewalk from inside the station.
Okay, if you agree, Stan, I show us on step 14, and you have a go for egress.
Mastracchio will go over to that old ammonia tank assembly with Anderson and retrieve a what's called a fixed grapple bar, which is going to be used as a handle. He'll install it on the new ammonia tank assembly in the shuttle's cargo bay to allow the station's robotic arm to get a grip on that to move it out of the bay. You can see the end of the shuttle's station's robotic arm here at the top right-hand corner of the screen, and the fixed grapple bar that Mastracchio installed at the beginning of the spacewalk will be used to grab onto it.
Okay, Dottie, I'm at ESP2.
All right, I can see you there. And Rick's almost there.
Right there, Clay. How you doing? How you doing? Perfect timing. All right, so let's just watch out we don't bump into this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna put my visor down. Looks like sunshine on my shoulders.
Mission Specialist Rick Mastracchio here in the foreground with the red stripes on his spacesuit, and behind him, Mission Specialist Clay Anderson.
Okay.
Okay, here comes motion, station aft. And we'll hand you off the clearance of the tank to the AGB and to ESP2.
Okay. I think I see motion. I can't tell. They're really moving. Yeah, I could tell.
We've got a whole 20 centimeters, 30 more to go to the target.
Yeah, okay. Let them come to us. Be comfortable. Hold on. Okay, you ready to let us put it in?
We need to go to standby, so if you like that position, we'll get in standby.
Go for it. I don't know. It's pretty tight. I think it will, though. I think I'm willing to give it a shot. Dottie?
You think it will clear the terrapub?
Yeah, maybe wishful thinking, but I think so.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it in your camera.
Yeah. So let me get set up here, and I'll ready with electrical.
The Terra that Mastracchio was talking about with Lindenberger there is the temporary equipment restraint assembly. He's trying to see if the right gyro assembly that he's removing is going to be able to slip out of there around that equipment restraint. If he can't fit the right gyro assembly out around the Terra, he has steps that will enable him to remove the Terra temporarily so that he can slip that old right gyro assembly out.
Daddy, look at my helmet cam.
Yes, I see. Is it coming or not?
It's about 1/4 of an inch too tight. It ain't gonna fit.
Oh.
Thank you.
So it's not quite going to fit. Instead, he'll have to remove the Terra, the temporary equipment restraint assembly next to it there that's blocking the path.
We'll get the terrapub to come out.
Okay.
And Discovery with an update. The ATA is on the POA.
Yeah, we see that. We're looking at it out our window. It looks awesome.
This is a shot of Rick Mastracchio. He is getting very close to wrapping up this rate gyro assembly replacement. The team here in Houston just got the go-ahead to activate the new one. So Mastracchio is wrapping up that activity. As we mentioned, the crew is right on the timeline this morning. They're making very good progress. As we look at Rick Mastracchio's helmet cam view, we also received word from the robotics officer here inside Mission Control that the station's robotic arm has wrapped up its activity for the day. STS-131 pilot Jim Dutton and mission specialist Stephanie Wilson were at the controls of that arm as it moved the ammonia tank assembly, the brand new one, that was lifted up out of Discovery's payload bay and moved it over to a temporary stowage location on the station's mobile base structure. So that handoff has occurred, and as we mentioned, the robotic arm is completed for today. Mastracchio and Anderson beginning to check their tools to make sure that everything is back into their bags that came out with them. It'll take them just a few minutes to finish up this activity and to make their way back to the Quest airlock. We're at 5 hours and 54 minutes now. There's Rick Mastracchio there. Once again, he's the one that has the red stripes on his legs. Clay Anderson has the all-white spacesuit.
Rick, while Clay's moving, you want to do some tool checks with me?
Yeah, I'm looking at my tools, and I got a red on the bag there. My other red. When's the last time we did a tool check, Daddy? After the RGA, right?
Yeah, we did RGA, and then you came back to the airlock.
Yeah. I think I left one of my reds in the airlock. I'm gonna go. Let me go bring this bag in, and then I'll tell you if I did or not. One of my reds is unaccounted for, and I don't think I even used it for anything. So let me pick up this bag, and I'll go in the airlock and put this up. Then
Okay.
We'll do a tool check of everything.
That sounds great.
They've had a very busy list of tasks that they needed to accomplish today. They got pretty much everything done, including several get-ahead tasks that set up for the remaining 3 shuttle missions that will visit the station. Rick Mastracchio getting ready to enter into the Quest airlock, which you see there on your screen. Those large doghouse looking things on top of the Quest airlock are actually the oxygen tanks. Those tanks are used to repressurize the airlock at the end of every spacewalk.
All right, man.
It'll go on my left wrist.
Yep, and you should have the other one on your right.
Yes, ma'am.
So the crew easing their way into the Quest airlock. It's a sort of a tight fit in that hatch. Once they get inside, they will close that flap, which you will see. They'll shut the hatch, plug themselves back into the station's power and communication supply. The rest of the Expedition 23 and STS-131 crew are eagerly awaiting their return to the station, and they will begin to repressurize the Quest airlock, and that will signal the end of today's spacewalk. Right now we're at 6 hours and 16 minutes and continuing to count.
All right, great. Okay. Which side I want to be on? Aft? You want to, yeah, aft and high with your feet. All right, just get this thermal cover squared away.
There's STS-131 pilot Jim Dutton. He's on the other side of the hatch getting ready to help the crew members get back inside, and it will also be helping them get out of their spacesuits once the Quest airlock has been repressurized. If you look through that window, that porthole there at the top, you can see both Clay Anderson and Rick Mastracchio as they finish up these last few tasks.
The hatch is closed and locked.
All right, well, it's been a pleasure talking with you guys all day, and I'm going to hand it now over to Jim in step 3 on the depress repress cue card.
Thank you very much, Dottie. Thanks, Dottie. Great job. Absolutely.
See you inside.
All right, gentlemen, I imagine you're ready to come back in. Clay, we'll start with you on the UIA. If you can check the oxygen EME 1 and 2 valves, 2 are in open.
They are?
Okay, then you can take switch power EV1 and 2 switches to on.
Have some unit down to the Scuba shuttle evening payload bay. You know, I had to move actually very, very slow because that FGB is quite bulky. But it took a little while, but I got there. Rick and Clay did a great job outside all day, and we've got a couple of different clips of them around the space station doing the great work they did, and with the great teamwork all day by all parties involved, the ground and the both flight crews. So we just had a terrific day. Here's Dottie on the flight deck doing her IV thing.
Yeah, I think the best thing about working on the flight deck is just that on Earth you have to put all of your checklists on tables and find space. But up here it's much easier. I could hang things, as you can see, off of monitors and off the ceiling. I had stuff strapped off the floor and had about 5 checklists going all at the same time, but one that was primary. And this looks like we're back outside. I'm going to hand it over to an EVA guy.
Little reflection here as we were taking one of the monitors. We're a little degraded with our recording capability, but this is Rick in the back of the payload bay getting ready to work on the ammonia tank. Clay's here too, and up on the APFR. One of our big tasks on the EVA was to move the ammonia tank assembly, and part of that required Rick and I to go to the payload bay and prepare that to be removed, and that's what you're seeing right here. Clay's on the left and Rick's on the right, and I'm in a foot restraint so that I can hold this 1,800-pound thing when Rick helps me lift it off, and we're going to hand it to the arm operators. And of course, Dottie was wonderful today. She's just our quarterback inside the shuttle and tells us what to do, and of course, she's a former teacher, so we do exactly what she tells us, otherwise she might wrap our hands with a ruler. So one of the big teamwork things today was between the robotics team and the EVA team, and here you see Steph and Jim flying the arm, and it's really incredible. Stephanie did a fantastic job grappling a moving target. Clay was in the foot restraint holding it for her, and essentially a moving target with a little motion on it, and she just did a fantastic job moving in for the grapple.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to work with Clay and Rick today, and with Jim. They had a little bit of trouble getting the tank unbolted, but were able to overcome that with their hard work. And Clay was holding it up for us nice and steady as she goes, and we were able to fly it in and get a good grapple. And towards the end of this spacewalk, we were stowing the ammonia tank onto the POA, the Payload Accommodations ORU, as a temporary location. And we'll pick up with it in our second DVA.
This is Jim. I think the high point for me today was when Stephanie and I had a few pause points during our robotics, and we had a chance to take turns sneaking away from the robotics station down into the cupola and take a look at the arm and its different configurations, just 10, 20 feet out from the windows, the incredible views of the Earth going by behind with sunsets and different land masses passing. It was phenomenal. So never forget those images in my mind.
Yeah, the video continues to show us working with the ammonia tank. It took a little bit of work to get it off the truss. We had a bolt that didn't want to come undone, or actually a soft dock that was a lot harder than it was meant to be. But we were able to lift it up, and Clay took that 1,800 pounds and held it over his head just fine. Yeah, it did take a little longer than we'd hoped for, but we were still ahead of the timeline at this point, so it wasn't an issue. And again, here's Clay holding that 1,800-pound ammonia tank assembly rock solid, and here's a picture of the grapple, and Stephanie moving in on the grapple pin.
Yeah, Clay did do a nice job holding it up, and we were able to fly it in smoothly and get a nice grapple. Thanks to the hard work also of our EVA and robotics team for this coordination. It's not usual for the EVAers to have to hold up a payload and present it to the arm. So there's a lot of coordination and handoff between the EVA team and the robotics teams, and they did a nice job getting those procedures ready for us and training us for this activity. Actually, it's really nice for me to be able to watch this grapple, because a lot of the time during this activity I was just watching clearances that we had on the side of the payload bay. We had some pretty close cameras, and so my job is to make sure that Rick and Clay are staying safe and keeping the hardware safe. And so I did miss the grapple, so it was great to actually get to see this played back. I'm really glad to see that.
And meanwhile, all this activity is going on outside with the EVA teams and the robotics teams. We also had a team inside really busy at work in the MPLM, and we were able to get 5 of our 7 racks transferred today. And Naoko did just a wonderful job. She worked with all of us occasionally, and a lot with Suichi today. Moving most of the MPLM out and into the various locations around the space station, and moving a lot of the return supply back into place.
Oh, and this view is from cupola. How fantastic the view from cupola is. And while Rick and Clay are exploring outside, Soichi and I had a chance to explore inside the space station. We transferred 5 racks today and 2 storage racks to the GEM logistics module, and 1 goes into US laboratory, and 1 Maurice rack to the Columbus module, and 1 crew quarter, which is our new home for the space station crew, into the Node 2, and 1 Melfi, which is -80 freezer into the GEM laboratory. And some racks weigh about 1,000 pounds, so it is challenging to control a rack while holding to move smoothly and steady. So it is a very good combination of the teamwork. So we enjoyed very much.
And here's the views in the MPLM, and here's Soichi and Naoko, and they're working on moving another rack and getting some more of the equipment out.
Oh, it's a surprise guest from Station Soichi. I was really impressed that those guys are a great team that's really efficient and move all the racks, and of course the EVA guys are just great. And I see the Mastracchio coming out, and Naoko is like, she's like a pro, is just walking here and there, and it was really fun to watch her, and thanks very much.
Yeah, this is the Maurice rack, which is a muscle atrophy resistance rack, science rack, and it goes in the Columbus module. And again, this is a full-size rack, about the size of a large household refrigerator, and it moves through the hatches very easily. But again, it has a lot of mass, so once you get it moving, it's quite difficult to stop. So we have to be careful not to hit anything. And we come out of the MPLM and turn it 90 degrees and into the Columbus module.
Yeah, it was very fun to see Naoko working with the transfer, and also Soichi and the help of the station crew. Oleg helped us for a while today, and Dottie and Jim and Dex were also involved in transfer. So we were able to transfer these racks, get some of the pre-pack that the space station crew has worked hard to pack for us into the MPLM, and we have also started to offload some of the resupply. So it's a great team, and we are enjoying the MPLM. It's a great volume. There's already been some bungee jumping and some flips in the MPLM, so I'm sure that will continue.
One of the things that's important to understand about all this transfer is the amount of work that went on the ground prior to the mission to, it's like one of those games we all used to play as kids where you had to move all the squares and look for open holes, and it's very choreographed in that we have to move one thing, slide something over, move something up, and pull something back down to get out the piece that we want and then be able to transfer it. So a lot of thanks goes out to all the guys and gals on the ground that put so many hours together to make this very choreographed plan that we just go up and execute, and the fact that we're way ahead of this transfer timeline is a testimony to their great work.
This is not a rotated video. Sometimes when you come into a module, it's difficult to tell which direction is the deck and which direction is up. And in space, it really isn't an up. You can work in any orientation. But this is Jim and Stephanie at the robotics workstation in the lab, and they're moving the ammonia tank into its position where it's going to stay tonight and tomorrow on the POA. And they just did great work again. This is all happening while we're moving racks around, and while Dottie is up on the flight deck coordinating the EVA with the ground and with the team outside. Again, just terrific work by everybody involved. The ground, we had just a great teamwork all day, and it just shows that good planning and expert technical planning from the teams on the ground, and good coordination with the ops team. There's some more work at the robotics workstation. like some video of us outside. We get the tail end of our feet as we translate from one work site to another. Again, I just can't say it enough. What great teamwork that we saw all day today, all around the space station and shuttle complex on the ground. We just got a tremendous amount of work done, and it's just phenomenal to see this team in action. Really, really amazing.
Yeah, after a hard day's work, it was nice to be able to greet Rick and Clay as they were coming inside. Handshakes and hugs all around for the fantastic job that they did, and Dottie also orchestrating the spacewalk and leading them through, setting up the tools. It was just nice to see it all come together.